we go. To warm up for a while, but it's going to run quite fast. I don't want to bore you with that, viewers, so I'm going to pause it here. Right, we're back. We're about to set off. As you can hear, the thing's ticking over far too fast. Try and slow it down by blipping the throttle for a bit. Presto. Back to safety first. And let's go for a little trip out. Not running right. Come on. This is why we need to do work on it. Come on now. Let's go. Good boy. That's it. And we're off. We stall again. The more observant among you will have noticed that even though this is an American truck, I'm in the UK, that's why I have this outrageous accent, and I'm driving on the left hand side of the road, not on the right. No stall there, thought it might. This particular truck is in dire need of new rubber mountings for the body and for the pickup bay, whatever they call it in the back. You're going to stall, are you going to stall? Are you going to stall? Nope, good lad. Forgot something, so I'm heading back home. filter that I put in on a previous short video is doing its job. I have an EGR valve with me, which I'm taking around to Simon's, which hopefully will help fixed some of the rough idle and stalling issues that we have. I tried pretty much everything else. I changed all the vacuum pipes, and we've changed all the spark plugs, changed a lot of the coolant, of course. That's not going to affect that. So we're just working through everything, but it's probably going to end up, it's still not running well. We're probably going to end up changing the carburetor in the end, and I'm not sure where that'll take us. It's got a 1945 pulley single barrel carb at the moment. I don't mind it running around on a single barrel, nice and slow, and really in a rush to get anywhere in this old truck. It's just good fun as it is, but hopefully we'll be able to fix it up without having to buy a new carb. But I'm pretty sure that inevitably that's where it's going to go. But we'll see. Anyway, back home now, back in a minute. And we're back. I've picked up the thing I forgot. If you're nosy, there's what I forgot. These are 2 orders of service. The crematorium service and the celebration service for my mum, who died a few weeks ago. It's her funeral next week. So I need to take those to the printers because they're printing the orders of service, and I, in a past life, was a graphic designer, which is why I've done the orders of service. Now, it should start nice and easy this time. Don't touch any pedals, turn the key, and we're away. Lovely, a little bit of a stutter, little blip now that it's running. All good. Hopefully. Into D. Check the mirrors, give a bit of signal, and we're away again. And we're now going to a place called Cheriton, which is out of Folkestone. We're leaving from Hythe. It's a few miles. We don't want to see the entire trip, so I'll probably stop recording at some point when it gets boring. But until then, welcome along for the ride. Slant 6, 225 cubic centimetres, about 3.7 litres I believe. I think it runs nicely when it's running. It's a lovely engine. If you can get it to work properly and nicely, then we'll be doing well. Nice boring beige colour. It's actually 2 different colours of beige. At some point in its life it's had a bit of a respray in some places. The 2 front wings are a different colour to the hood, bonnet if you're in the UK. And here and there it's got 1 or 2 other bits and pieces, but it's all 2 colours apart from the roof that somebody's painted white, which is fine. Later on I'll do a little walk around for you so you can all have a look. Here we are in Hythe's one-way system. Is my boot soles on the pedals. With a lovely meaty 5-litre Ford V8 302 engine in it, and it had a cherry bomb exhaust, which I think you'll know about in the UK probably more than in the US. They were lovely. It was very loud, very noisy, quite tricky to live with versus the truck, because the truck's got so much better visibility. You can see out the sides more and out the back, whereas with a van in left-hand drive on UK roads, it's quite difficult at junctions to see off to your right. When you're trying to pull out, sometimes you just have to take it in both hands and hope for the best, which is a little bit scary, especially if you're driving along towards somebody doing that. We get a lot of lorries in this area of the country that come over from the European continent, and when they're at junctions you can see them really struggling to pull out because they just can't see. Anyway, we're going to go down this little road here which leads to the seafront, so we can have a nice drive along the sea. The American van, I had an American truck from 1960. Black, matte black, it looked quite mean. That was a straight six as well. It was a nice truck, and I miss it a little bit, but I still think this Dodge here is quite a lot nicer and easier to live with than the others were from 1982, so it's slightly more modern. By American standards maybe, I don't know. But, yeah, it's pretty old school still, which I like. Come a little bit on the main road, and then we take a right and go up a hill. Yeah, let's go. drive them. Anyway, here they are. On the right here are some of the original barrack buildings. New builds. There's a factory where they make camshafts. Drop-off point at the printers now. There's the railway to London. And here we are in Cheriton. Parking this wee beastie. Hopefully there'll be a space near the printers, but there never is. End up down a side street somewhere, which is going to be tight, difficult, slow. We'll see what we see. Printers are on the right, just here where that taxi is. Thank you. Thank you. Space, but not big enough. There's some spaces coming up on the left, which is good. Here we go. Back the truck up. And we'll call that a draw. Thanks for watching.